So yeah, got these now. I've only had these for a total of 3 hours. Okay, so I started up on Black 2 since I had already done White 2 in Japanese. Of course, I will be doing White 2 as well eventually, because I need to do all that funky stuff with Univalink. And then, yeah, so 3 hours after buying Black 2, I get this. If you cannot like, tell out the slight discoloration, that is a shiny sunkern. I wasn't bullshitting when I mentioned it in my latest bulletin. This thing is well and truly a shiny. And this is the first wild Pokemon I found on Route 20. It was actually quite hilarious. I was walking around, found this thing. Like, I found it, I didn't see that it was a shiny. I just sat there with a completely just weird look on my face. And then next thing I know, this thing sparkles, and I'm just like, my fucking god. Wow. So, yeah, that's how we're going to start off this video. Which is hilarious because it has nothing to do with the deck list video that I'm going to be doing. Yeah, this is kind of a deck list video, so what we'll do is we'll shut that, move these out of the way, preferably not drop them since I just bought them, and then we'll plug this in and get on with the actual video. Just wanted to show off the fact that I got a shiny Sunkern so goddamn fast. I have not encountered a shiny so early on in a game since the shiny Beethoff I found in bloody Platinum, and I didn't even go on to complete that run, which kind of sucked, but oh well. Still found a shiny in it, so it's still something that I could make a mention to. So yeah, anyways, enough of the Pokemon related stuff, because this is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck list video. This is my new creative deck, this one, unlike Sino Dragons, this one has pretty much been seen a lot in YouTube in general. My name for it is TG Overdrive. Basically, it's just about spamming XL Synchros. I've got both XL Synchros, I've got their upgraded forms in the deck, so, and it's all based around TG stuff. But I might as well show off the deck, because this is obviously something that I built all on my own. I didn't want to copy it I had no plan on copying it off anybody else. This is basically just something I built out of my own brain. So, yeah, and this deck was completed just today because I got the 2 cards that were still missing for it. So, let's just get on with the deck list. We're already 3 minutes into this thing and we haven't even shown off any of the cards. We've got Double Cyber Magician, one of which came in today. It's so incredibly awesome for going into your TG Synchros, because you can use a TG Synchro from your hand, well, TG Monster from your hand as Synchro material. Last, it's one of the ones that searches a TG Monster during the end phase when it's destroyed. It's nice. Then we got another one that does the searching, but it's TG Rush Rhino. This thing is just boss. 400 point boost when it attacks, so it's a nice meaty 2k beat stick that can run over stuff like, I don't know, Thunder King. Thunder King is a good target to run over with this thing. Plus, of course, when it's sent to grave, during the end phase of the turn, it's destroyed and sent to grave. You can add TG monster from deck to hand, and they all of course restrict you from adding the same monster to hand. Of course, with TG Striker, that's not an issue because you can only run one of these in the deck. It would be nice to run a second one, because I do have a second one in my drawer, but I'm just going to have to deal with one for the time being. Tough luck, I guess. 2 Warwolves, once again, another searching card. Special Summon when it's level 4 lower monster is special summoned. Standard combo is basically Striker Warwolf, rank level 5 Synchro. So incredibly easy to do. A little bit situational because I've only got 2 of those in just the one Striker, but oh well. Double Jet Falcon. Gives your opponent a nice little burn when it's used to Synchro material. And the thing combos so incredibly well with catapult dragons. Running the 3 in here for very good reason. Once a turn, special summon at level 3 or lower TG monster TG tuner from your hand. So you go dragon, jet falcon, librarian, they lose 500 points, or dragon, jet falcon, wonder magician. Either way, they're going to lose 500 life points, and you've got yourself a level 5 synchro that can help you progress towards going for Excel Synchro. Now for the other stuff, I have double junk synchron. This is the reason why I'm running 3 catapult dragons, because I can bring catapult dragon back with junk synchron and go for a level 5 synchro. It's pretty straightforward, and junk synchron's just a really awesome card in general. We have Plague Spreader, just for its revival capabilities. It's just a really awesome card like that. Unknown Synchron, its special summon capabilities as well is really nice. Just it's pretty straightforward, and even then I needed something to go along with the TG Cyber Magicians. I think that this complements the deck pretty nicely. We got Levelator. This thing's awesome because you can just bring it back, drop TG Blade Gunners level by 1, go for level 1 tuner, get out Recipro Dragonfly, and then Bob's your uncle. You just proceed on to doing the rest of the stuff needed to go into one of your biggest synchros, i.e. Halberd Cannon or Quasar. Battle Fader, just to stop being OTK'd, and it's level 1, so it's good synchro material. Synchron Explorer, just the one, giving it a... Obviously, Junk Synchron brings a bunch of monsters back. This can help me bring Junk Synchron back if it's basically just a setup of the opposite. Because, you know, I'd certainly love to have the level 2 in the grave so I can summon Junk Synchron, but if Junk Synchron's on the grave, I can just bring this out and pull the same move off. One Doppel Warrior, because I figured this would be pretty decent. I'm thinking I might take it out though. I don't know yet, but nah. But it would be nice to have those tokens, because I was running Dandy and Debris in here, but I didn't really like them in the deck, to be honest, so... Eh. Sangin searches everything else in the deck except for Rush Rhino. So it's obviously going to be awesome. Spells. Triple TGX 300. These things are easily stackable. In testing, I had one of them, and then I just abused the crap out of Librarian's draw power and drew into the other 2. I then ended up with 5 TG monsters on the field, one of which was Blade Blaster, and that thing picked up 4,500 extra attack points, so it was sitting on 7,800. It was monstrous. And yeah, so the opponent was pretty much screwed at that situation. 1 for 1, this thing's just awesome. Bring a level 1 tuner out with this and you can go to town with it. Pot of Avarice, this obviously good for shuffling your stuff back into your deck. Like, yeah, it's always good to do that, especially in very synchro-based decks, very much like this one. Book of Moon, it's a Book of Moon, I don't think I need to say anything about it. Triple MST, love the back row hate, staple pretty much. And we got Heavy Storm, staple, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, all staples. Traps. Double TGX 3DX2, basically like Pot of Avarice, except it's in trap form and is slightly different. Targets 3 TG monsters in grave, shuffles them back to the deck, draw 2. I managed to get one of these off in that big combo involving TG Hyper Librarian. I don't know, I can't even remember for the life of me how it went, but I just abused the shit out of Hyper Librarian. Starlight Road, just for back row security, of course. And I've got Stardust to add more force to the front row. Zero Force. This thing is really good to use, not just with Shooting Star, but also with TG Blade Blaster. And I've got Battle Fader in there, so that also works. It's pretty straightforward. When a face-up monster you control is banished, the attack of every other monster on the field becomes 0. Other stuff, I've got Double Call the Haunted. Just the 1 Torrential and the 1 Mirror Force, because yeah, I don't really feel the need to run 2 of each. It's a fun deck anyway. I don't plan on running it in tournaments until this sumbitch gets legal. So that starts off the extra deck, shooting Quasar Dragon, and I suppose you could say his counterpart, TG Halberd Cannon, although he's Limit over XL, he's Delta XL. I mean, yes, this line had a Delta XL, but the only thing we know about it is its name, Cosmic Blazar Dragon. So, but yeah, both of them require a tuner synchro, 2 or more non-tuner synchros. Synchro summoning is the only way to get them out. Once a turn, this can negate a monster's summon and destroy it. This, once a turn, can negate the activation of any card or effect and destroy it. They both bring something to the field whenever they do something along the lines of leaving the field. This goes off when it gets sent to the grave. Special summons the TG monster in the graveyard. And this special summons a shooting star from the extra deck so long as it leaves the field. And this of course gains a number of attack. It can attack up to as many times as the number of non-tuner material is used. So you're guaranteed at least 2 attacks with this sumbitch. It's crazy. But yeah, I think I've explained everything. 4k attack and defense each, level 12s, blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Here's $5. Yeah, I don't know. I just love that epic trip Flash movie thing and whatever it was. Anyways, XL Synchros, Shooting Star, TG Blade Gunner. Of course, Blade Gunner is so much easier because Shooting Star you've pretty much stuck with Formula plus Stardust. Of course, you can bring it out with Quasar's effect, of course, so it's not that hard to bust out. But Blade Blaster is just so much easier because if you open up with the right cards, you can get him out first turn, no sweat. So, they both 33 attack. Of course, Shooting Star, the top 5 cards of your deck. Every tuner revealed equals 1 attack. Of course, reveal no tuners, he can't attack, that sucks. Negate the activation of an effect that would destroy a card and destroy it. Remove this from play to negate an attack. Blade Blaster can remove itself from play as well, but it can't negate an attack, and it comes at the cost of banishing a TG monster from the graveyard. However, it can go off at any time during the opponent's turn. So if your opponent decides to play Dark Hole, set this off, and it stays safe and whatnot. So they're just awesome like that. And anything else I should point out? Oh yeah, it can negate any spell or trap that targets this by sending a card from hand to grave. And I think that's about everything. And of course they come back if they're removed from play by their effect. Shooting Star comes back during the end phase, and Blade Gunner returns during the following standby phase. Now that I'm done with all the XL Synchro stuff, now I can focus on the main stuff. Well, yeah, on the regular Synchro stuff. Stardust Dragon, of course, this thing's awesome. Gotta have it for Shooting Star. Black Rose for Field White, love it. Ancient Fairy Dragon for field spell nuking and shit. That's just the one thing I love it for. I love using it. Now for pretty much the main pieces of the deck, the level 5 Synchros, I got Librarian. I have Wonder Magician. They're pretty much the staples. I would like to run a Power Gladiator, but I don't have one of those, so, oh well, shit happens. Junk Warrior, of course, I got the double Junk Synchron, so it's definitely good. And this effect, combined with the TGX 300, can give this thing a real shitload of power. It kind of scares me how much power he can rack up, so it's really awesome. Magical Android, it's pretty handy, gives me a nice little life point gain. Scarred Warrior, thing can stick around for a bit. Once a turn, it can't be destroyed by battle. It's pretty handy. I'm thinking of taking the Scarred Warrior out in favour of the Power Gladiator, and if I get a Catasta, then I will probably take Magical Android out for the Catasta. But then again, I may put it into another deck. I'm thinking I might put a Chaos Dragons build together, because I'm starting to miss running a dragon-based deck. Anyways, Armory Arm, this thing is so awesome. So incredibly handy. And for my 2s, Dragonfly to split, basically to split Blade Gunner back up into its thing so I can go into Halberd Cannon, and Formula Synchron to go for the Shooting Star. Or if I can pull it off right, I can go into Quasar with it. But yeah, that is it. I don't have a side deck for it. I don't really need a side deck. It's a fun deck anyway. Whoa, this is a hella long bloody deck list video. We are up to 15 minutes, so I guess we'll just end it here. yeah, see it for whatever it is that I do next.